Welcome to a guided meditation for students on Declutter the Mind. So let's start the practice by finding a comfortable seat. You can practice this meditation right where you're planning to study or do some schoolwork. So it can be on a computer chair or a seat in the library. Maybe it's your bedroom or an office. And just ensure that you're sitting with your back upright but comfortable and with your hands resting in your lap. So let's start with our eyes open and taking in a few big deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now, if you're doing this meditation in public, such as in a library or in school, you can keep your eyes opened for the practice. Just maintain a soft gaze, looking down. Otherwise, you can close your eyes here. And now allow your breath to return to a comfortable pace. And let's start by reflecting on the reality of our distraction-filled world. There's so many things competing for our attention. But we ultimately have in us the ability to maintain control over our minds and our attention. So let's start by setting an intention for the practice. In your mind, repeat the following. May I have a focused and energized meditation session. And now let's turn our attention to the breath. Most of us don't notice that we are breathing all day long. We simply forget that we are breathing. We're so caught up in our days and our thoughts, it just sits in the background without us noticing. So let's bring our attention right now to the breath and notice the sensations around breathing. And you're not trying to change anything about the breath here. Just allow the body to breathe on its own and notice it. You can watch the rising and falling sensations around the body with each inhale and exhale. And when you inhale naturally, picture yourself breathing all the way down into your toes. and feel as though the air travels all the way down into each one of your toes on each in breath. And notice as you do this, as you watch the breath and maintain this visual, thoughts and feelings may arise and attempt to pull your attention away from the breath. Just like the distractions in the world that attempt to pull your attention away while you study or do schoolwork. But we can notice distractions, just like we notice the breath. And when a distraction arises, we don't need to engage with it or follow it with more thinking. Simply allow the distraction to come and go through the mind, and then return your attention to the breath. And now imagine that when you inhale, you are breathing all the way into each fingertip. Imagine the feeling in your hands as you breathe and as the breath extends all the way into each fingertip. And again, if you find that your mind has become distracted or lost in thought, if it's planning or thinking about what you'll be doing after the practice, don't become frustrated or discouraged or attach more thoughts to these thoughts. Simply notice it as a distraction, allow the thought to dissipate, and then return your attention to the breath. And now I want you to bring your attention to how you are feeling right now. Let's notice how focused or unfocused that we are in this moment. No judgment needed. Just be with whatever you are noticing here. When it's time to focus, do work, or study, all we need to do is calm the mind and ground our attention. Our goal is to keep our mind with the task at hand and allow it to enter a flow state. We just need to create the conditions to allow that to happen. This also means creating the right conditions in our external world. So this practice focused on our internal world, but outside we need to mute our phones, close out other tabs, use tools that allow us to block social media and news sites, create the conditions both internally and externally for a successful study session. And now let's close out the practice by setting a few intentions for the rest of the day. So in your mind, repeat, may I have a focused and productive day. May I be undistracted and concentrated. May I be committed to my studies. May I focus effortlessly. And now open your eyes. You've just completed the practice. Thanks for sitting, and may you have a focused and productive day.